What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Morning After. And as my counterpart said, this weekend slate wasn't that great. We had some good games, here and there, but for the most part, overall slate was kind of eh. Beginning of the year, you look at week 11 like, oh, it's looking juicy, but
Mm-hmm.
as time went on, wasn't that great. Like ACC network game at 6 was Florida State Clemson. Like once when if they're on that, what kind of season they're having. Um,
Yeah.
but hey, we had bye weeks, man. We had stress free, so I guess we can't complain too much, huh?
No, I can't complain too much. I mean, we kind of needed some chaos to happen, obviously, the playoff rankings. And I know I wasn't on last week's episode, but, when it came out, we were the first two teams out. And then you had, obviously, Notre Dame in and, the group of five team in. And they obviously have been telling us, like, that how they don't value the ACC much, just because the highest ranked team at the time was Virginia at 14. And they got upset this week. Louisville got beat as well this week. So you had like the teams that were in the top losing, and then obviously that's like hurting the conference. And I didn't say it last week, but I think the ACC is going to be a one bid league. I think whoever wins that league is going to the playoffs. But I also think that opens up room for the Big 12 to potentially get two teams, and even if BYU wins or goes to the Big 12 championship or whatnot. But the leagues they're showing us that they don't value certain leagues, and I think there's a scenario in an instance where Texas, Oklahoma both went out, and then you got Georgia with two losses, Bama with two losses, Vandy could win out. You'd have Ole Miss Ole Miss and A&M with one loss, and then you would also have I think I'm missing. No, I think that's all teams. So there's a chance that you could have six, maybe seven potential SEC candidates that all kind of beat up on each other. And I think, and I know you think it too, like the SEC is bar none the best conference in college football. I was listening to
Absolutely.
Kirk Herbstreit and Joey Galloway today, and they had somebody ask him a question, and they were like, the SEC it's not a debate. Like they're like it's easily the best conference. So it's just unfortunate, the way the playoff is formatted. I mean, we'll get into it here once we've recapped the games, which I think this is probably a good starting point. But Tulane, beats Memphis on Friday, and
Memphis was the number 12 team
yeah,
because there has to be a group of 5 team in.
yeah, they're the number 12 team, and it's interesting because USF we kind of thought was like that lock. They lose to Memphis. Tulane we kind of like fringe team. They have two losses, but it's to Duke and into Ole Miss, and then they beat Memphis. And then you got like UNT sitting around, but they lost to South Florida. And then you got James Madison sitting around, who the only team they lost to was Louisville in a close game, which I thought they should have won that game. So it's like it's gonna suck because there's gonna be a really good team that gets left out, and it's always been like this. But I think now with the super conferences, there really needs to be some kind of criteria because the group of five, as much as we like that football and respect it, the fact of the matter is the fact that they get an auto bid, but the team that was going to get the auto bid last week wasn't even in the top 25, just kind of tells you like they don't just deserve this auto spot. Now there's like a Boise State like there was last year where they're just a really good team, and they actually earn their ranking. We're not going to, fight that. But yeah, enough on all of that. We're going to jump into the games, and the first game on the slate, who was it? I think it
Tulane.
was, yeah. So it was Tulane, Memphis, and me and Carlos were texting back and forth about this game. I thought Retzlaff played his best game of the season. That dude had, I think at one point he was like 8 for 8 for like 240 or 250 or something like that. So he was balling out, and the game was never really close. But I'm kind of glad that game was on Friday and got a national spotlight. And I know it's not going to change the playoff formatting this year, but they are supposed to adjust it next year because the Big Ten and SEC couldn't come to agreement. So maybe there's some kind of loophole they add in there that kind of remove this auto bid spot for them, because it's just. And I know people are gonna, it's not. I'm like, bro, like the hypothetical line came out. If Memphis were to play Georgia, it was 20 and a half points,
bro.
For a playoff game. Not competitive, like,
I mean, no matter, but like I said, no matter what group of 5 team you put in there, no matter how good they are, like even then, like last year you said Boise State deserved it, but what happened? You know, it's like no matter what team you put in there, like yes, you might have your one-offs here and there, but come playoff time, I don't think one-offs are gonna happen. Playoff time, regular season, sure, but it's December. Like that's when teams are playing their best football, especially if they are in the playoffs. Um, the bigger teams, so to say, like like I would say Ohio State, Georgia,
yeah,
the top tier SEC and Big Ten teams, and to be honest, even like a Big 12 team, like whoever gets in,
yeah.
like they'll compete, but it's just not. I don't know, man. I don't know what. I don't know how much a G5 team being in there benefits them. And we kind of already see the outroar this season, just with Memphis getting in as of last week and now losing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, it's different when you get the teams like Boise State who, like, I guess, quote unquote, prove themselves, but they ended up getting blown out. So, like, I don't see how much of a benefit a G5 team has being in the playoffs. Like, why? Even if I went up to a normal person that, doesn't watch football or just doesn't watch sports, and I just asked them, would you rather see the best people compete, or would you rather see the best, someone that's really good versus someone that's like average compete? And everybody's going to say the best person. Like everybody wants to see the best of the best compete. That's how you find out who the best is.
Mono and mono.
So why are we having, G5 teams?
And these teams aren't even like, the problem is, because I mean, they mentioned it, which we'll talk about Indiana soon, but like Indiana, they got good so fast, so recently, but they're starting to kind of have some injuries. It's a long season, and a team like Indiana, who isn't historically good, they just don't have that depth, right? Like they really have to have the 1 and 2s play well, because if guys get hurt or things of that nature, they haven't been recruiting at a top 10. I mean, frankly, not even a top probably 30 level to have that kind of talent on their roster. So when you get in these playoff games, when guys are banged up and when guys get hurt, like you got to have that depth. You got to have those guys that can, when guys go down, it's like, okay, we just grab somebody in. Like last week or a couple weeks ago when, Texas, you had Wingo go down, you put in a 5-star, right? Our Mason Thomas goes down, PJ comes in 5-star, right? So it's like you got to have that depth if you want to compete at this level.
Yep.
And sustain it. And they can get away with it, but championship rosters are just, they have that depth in November, and that's when they call championship November for a reason. I mean, we're gonna see teams lose.
It's you're supposed to be playing your best football, so
yeah, peaking at the right time. You want to be peaking right now, you really do.
So I think I said on the solo show that I did that it was possible for Tulane to beat this Memphis team. Did I think it was going to happen? I did not. But
yeah, especially because Retzlaff hadn't been playing really good all year.
Yeah, at all. And then he just had a master class.
Yeah,
that was dotting it up. But Tulane's not a horrible team, so that's why I wasn't surprised that they won this game at all. And then I also said, like, how much pressure does that put on a team like Memphis? These group of 5 teams that, like, oh, now you see that you're in the college football playoff, we have to win. Like, how much pressure does that add on to the games you play? Like, you were at home. There's no reason you should be losing this game at home.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, like, you made a good point with that, like, the pressure. Like, there's a lot of these teams who probably didn't expect to be in this position, and they got in that position. And it's a lot different when you have this expectation of, like, we're the team to beat, so we got to be at our best every week and actually deliver and win. Like, we've been saying it all year, winning is a skill. And that's why teams like Ohio State, like the Georgias, I mean, even Indiana right now, like teams that, are finding a way to get tested. Texas this year, you guys had some tough games on the road that you probably should have lost, but you found a way to win.
Back-to-back weeks at that.
Yeah, like you have to be able to perform in these situations. And some teams just aren't built for that because they just haven't been in those situations. And it comes over time, right? Like some teams have cultures of it. I would think of a team like James Madison. They were historically pretty good in the FCS level. They were good the last couple of years, and this year right now they're a borderline playoff team. And I look at a team
They're
like
ranked
them,
right
it's like
now. James
they
Madison.
they're 24.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
AP poll, they are ranked,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay, I think they're 24 and South Florida's 25.
Yeah, and they'll probably both be ranked, I would assume, this week.
Which I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I know the AP poll doesn't matter anymore just because we're going to the college football playoff, which I'm going to assume that they take the polls a lot more serious than the AP poll. But do you think the AP poll just is now putting a group of 5 team into the rankings so it looks better?
Yeah, I do think that. And I also think the AP poll tries to mimic what the college football playoff poll is, which annoys me because the college football playoff poll, they should just do it at the beginning of the year. And because I think, like, let's say this, how, like, these committee members, I wish they would just, like, televise the voting process. I think that'd be cool, just so we had an insight of, like, what's being talked about, what's being discussed, these metrics and things like that. Because it's like, do these people all watch the games like that? Like, I personally don't think all of them do. And I know it's tough to pit, like a Kirk Herbstreit or like those people in those kind of rooms because they call the games. But those people are watching all these games. Like, I mean, even like the people like Todd McShay, who just has his own show, or, Brooks Austin or Pate, like, these guys are watching the game. So it's like, why don't you just put people who care about the sport like that and put them in the committee? Because these people are like watching the games all the way through, film. They're not just, looking at box scores. And I think that's a lot what the AP poll does. I think the playoff poll is good in a sense because I think there's more punishment. Like, you lose, you get dropped a lot. You win up, you can get shoot up a lot. So we'll see. Like, for example, I think on when it comes out tomorrow, I think BYU will probably be like 12.
Probably.
I think they'll, and I think, Texas will be 10, OU will be 11, Notre Dame will be like 9 or something.
Well, BYU got blessed with Virginia and Louisville losing.
Yeah, because they would have got leapfrog, I think.
Yep.
And it's just the AP poll, man. It's just, I don't know. I think you got to like rank teams based off resume, head to head, and eye test. And like, you got to know how to evaluate what you're watching. Like, just because the team's undefeated, like last week, BYU, doesn't mean they were good like that. In my opinion. No, I think they got a good resume though. That's what's helping them.
Yes and no. Like, yes, they do because they played
Missouri,
but Missouri had a backup quarterback, and then you could tell the offense wasn't moving like it usually does. They shut down, like, the run game started off hot, but it got shut down very quickly because they couldn't. I know, trust me. But it got shut down very quick because they couldn't throw the ball. And then, Florida, unfortunately, they just decided to play their best game against Texas. Like,
they just gave up on their season. You could just tell. Like,
they played the best game against Texas. Like, that was the that's what they should look like
too. Really,
they did play well against Georgia, but DJ looked better against Texas than he did against Georgia
for sure. Yeah.
But the way they played against us is like what Florida's supposed to look like.
That's what we were expecting this year. They were supposed to be in our shoes, like fighting for a playoff spot in November.
And then they played Mississippi State. We know what Mississippi State is. And then there was at UTSA and someone else. But, Notre Dame was obviously their biggest one, going to South Bend and winning that. Obviously, a respectable win. They can't really take it away.
But they went on a walk-off touchdown, That's what it's like.
And I knew they were going to win because not, like, going into that, I didn't think they were going to win the game. But, like, the linebacker, whoever was covering, I think it was the linebacker covering
the tight
end.
Yeah.
The play before, I think, he missed an interception. Like, it went through his hands. And they're going to punish. If you don't make a play, you're going to get punished the next play.
Yeah.
Sure enough, next play comes, touchdown. So they want to walk off there. They played Auburn. If Auburn had a quarterback, Auburn probably wins that game. They struggled against that. They went up to Arkansas, won by 3. And Arkansas, they're a lot like Mississippi State. They're just inconsistent. Like if you go
they
and
got a
look
really
at their,
good offense.
yeah, if you go and look at their scores, all their games are pretty close. So, there's a few, one-offs here and there, but for the most part, the games are respectable. So like I don't know, I think they're the weakest undefeated team. I think there's only 3. So, but
Yeah, it's Indiana, A&M, and Ohio State.
Yeah, they're for sure the weakest undefeated team.
Yeah.
And then I think Alabama's better than them, and they're a 1-loss team. Georgia, I think, is better than them, and they're a 1-loss team.
The thing I like about A&M though is like I do think they can beat you in a lot of different ways.
They can this year.
Unlike
they can.
Alabama or unlike a Georgia,
they have
they can run
the
the ball.
They have the ability and potential to do it. But I think Marcel Reed holds them back because of his accuracy issues.
Yeah, and a lot of that I think is just because he just has to calm his feet down. Like he just he like hops around in the pocket, which makes him miss throws. And
he's very active in the pocket with his feet.
And I'm like, bro, you're so athletic.
Hyper.
Just stay still. Like you'll probably be faster if you didn't move as much because like you gotta if you're jumping, you gotta like jump, come down, and then run. It's like where you could just if you're on the ground, you just take off and run. But yeah, I was actually listening. It's just funny you brought that up because I was listening to Todd McShay today, and he like has this color code system where he like grades film, and he said there was only like 11 key plays for Marcel Reed, which is really low. He said most quarterbacks in a game and have anywhere from like 24 to 27. And he was like the volume was low because they felt like they didn't need to put him at risk against Missouri, but he gave him 6 negatives out of 11 plays. So I was like, huh,
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Over 50%.
Yeah. So I was like, that's interesting, and.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. Marcel is good. He's a great athlete. He just has to bring it together, and then once he brings it together, it's going to be dangerous. Because I mean, he's a great dual threat quarterback. He can beat you with the legs. He has the arm talent to do it. It's just his inaccuracies is what hurts him. So once he gets that together, he's going to be a really good athlete.
He's a sophomore, so he'll be good. He's gonna hopefully takes that leap next year. And
I hope he doesn't.
I mean, that's what it's looking like. I mean, he keeps improving, and
he does, man. And and that's why I said like I'm not hate watching because I do give props where Yeah,
and he's a likable QB. Like I know he's at A&M, but like he's a likable guy. He's not like
I just want them to lose because they're A&M, but they have good. If any team has a good player, I'm gonna give them their props. No,
100%.
So, but that's why I don't know. They're still, in my opinion, they still are very beatable.
No, they are definitely. I agree. Because I think Marcel Reed will be the reason why they do lose, just because of like you're saying. I think he'll make mistakes. I think he's gonna just maybe have some. I think he's gonna have some moments in a big game where he's like not playing well, maybe a quarter or something, and I think that's what's gonna get them in trouble.
I think it'll be a mixture of Marcel and their DBs.
You still don't think their DBs are that great? I haven't.
No.
Yeah, they haven't really got. The last time they got tested really was, I don't know, LSU for a half.
That's not even a test, and LSU was winning the game, and then LSU did LSU things. But I really don't think their DBs are still really like the truth like that. The front seven though, that
nasty.
I think that will always be elite.
Yeah,
like that front seven is always going to be elite.
Yeah, it's going to be good, and they got a good O-line. Really good O-line.
They have like 3 All-Americans or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really good.
It's like ours last year.
Very, very, very complete roster. It's just, and they got a dynamic quarterback. Like I'm not going to say he's not dynamic. It's just he's just a little inconsistent.
Yeah. But anyways, going off on a tangent here. Next game up, good. Indiana Penn State. Great game. Phenomenal game. I mean, this is the type of games that you want to see. In general, but especially like for Indiana, just because you want to see what they're made of and if they have, the toughness and grit to be able to compete in these games. Because it's kind of like last year, they're undefeated, but we're like, once they play a good team, like they're gonna lose. And lo and behold, that's what happened twice. And they played Ohio State, then they played Notre Dame, and they lost both those games. But this year's team, man, it has a different swagger to them. They got a chip on their shoulder, and it's their coach does a great job of getting them together and getting them up and ready for the game. He's a killer himself. You just watch his interviews, you're like, this guy's a psychopath. On the flip side, you watch this game and you're like, this is what Penn State is supposed to look like all season long. Now, Steve made a good point today that they still did Penn State stuff, regardless if that's how they're supposed to look or not. They lost to a top 10 team.
Well, because Indiana, true, and Indiana did have the lead for most of the game. They kind of blew it in the second half.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that 100%.
But it was a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
This is how Penn State, we expect them to look this year. They played very well. It was at home. Their crowd was still there, still cheering them on. Stadium was packed. God just made a play, man. That's what it is. People say that this was Mendoza's Heisman moment. I don't really look at it as a Heisman moment because he didn't play that well this game.
I would agree with that, but I also look at
sure he went down the field in 2 minutes or whatever it was, but I mean, as a defense, I'm sure you can attest to this. Like, you kind of play softer coverage because you don't want to get beat deep. So like,
for sure,
stuff's gonna be open, like over the middle more often, or like to the outs and the sidelines, or just easy dunks off that can get you like 10 yards, 12 yards, and just keep the clock pause because that's set the chains and then just keep going. So that's gonna be open more often than it is not when it comes to having to play prevent defense.
I do give him the Heisman moment just due to the fact that the dude is super tough. Like, he was getting smoked. A lot of that stuff was on him. Like, I think a lot of times he held on the ball too long. His eyes like went down, stuff like that. But I mean, I give him his props just because on that drive had to have it. Their season wasn't on the line. Like, they could have lost and been okay. But the fact that it's like, I think all championship teams, especially teams of destiny, if you will, kind of have a game like this, find a way, and they get it done, kind of what they did. And then they didn't even have Surratt for most of the game. I think he was hurt, who's their best wide receiver. But Omar Cooper, he's up there as well. Like, he's going to be a really good, I think, NFL receiver. I mean, he's been having a really good year. And
I think the reason had a coming out party this game.
Yeah.
It went stupid.
Yeah. And I think, for it being, there hasn't really been like a Heisman moment so far this year. I think that's kind of just like, that's the moment so far. Even though it wasn't a get to good Penn State team, I don't know who's had one like outside of that.
I feel like just the games that Ty's put it together is like a Heisman moment.
Yeah, he's had. Oh, for sure, he's still like the leader and front runner, but he hasn't had like that. It's just been like good, consistent.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He hasn't had like. Yeah, he hasn't had like that. Because even though John's not going to win it this year, like, to me, he has more Heisman moments than Ty Simpson does. Like, stuff you can visually remember, like scoring, go ahead against Auburn, go ahead against Michigan, like stuff like that. The close game stuff. Like, Ty Simpson hasn't had like a, even against Georgia, they kind of had the lead the whole time. Like, he hadn't really. There wasn't like a back and forth. I mean, even Arch, I would say, it's had like, moments, more of that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the comeback, like stuff like that. Just like kind of like the splash plays.
It's just the type of year that they're having, man. Yeah. It's I don't know. I like it for Ty more just because of the competition he plays week in and week out. Excuse me.
For sure.
And the run Bama's just been on since losing that game at Florida State.
Hey, sneaky picks, Julian Sand and what's his name? Oh, and Jeremiah Smith.
That's not sleepy though. It's like,
but they would just give it to Jeremiah though.
It's just tough because of like who they're playing and like who they have. Like, bro, like, yeah, you're gonna put up numbers. Just throw the ball.
Yeah, like, for sure.
Jeremiah Smith's doing tip drills to himself over here. Like,
yeah, I think Julian Sand's first in QBR right now.
I don't know. Like, bro, look at his jersey after the game.
I do want to see them get tested. Like, I do want to see Ohio State's O-line get tested.
We will.
I think Indiana will test them. I don't think they'll beat them, but I think Indiana they'll play them. They'll play them good.
Interesting.
It will be interesting.
But no, that game was a banger, man.
Michigan maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Indiana ends up pulling it out. Guy made a play back of the end zone.
Catch of the year though.
For sure, as of now, for sure.
Yeah,
because that was another reason why I was going to say it's not like a Heisman game or a Heisman moment because that receiver made that play for him.
He put the ball where he needed it to be, but outside of that, like catch of the year, because what's going on,
Bro, he got
the
2
moment
feet
of the
down.
game, the season, getting the feet down, like that's good stuff, man. And like got the foot down exactly where it needed to be.
Like, it was catch contact, and most people are probably going to drop that ball, and he's also getting pushed out. Like, that was
The
a
awareness
catch,
to
man.
get that foot down, and we went watching in real time. I was like, bro, he literally just caught that.
I said that. I was like, that's
I was
in.
like, holy, yeah.
I
was
saw
like,
his
wow.
left foot. I was like, that's in.
Yeah,
But nah,
Yeah.
it was a great game. Next,
what's next? What's next on the thing?
Georgia, Mississippi State. Hey,
Hey,
you
listen.
tell Kirby I'm coming, baby. Come on.
Hey, listen.
You tell
That boy
Kirby
Kirby.
I'm coming.
That boy Kirby. He was like, y'all go to Starksville and struggle. We'll show you what
Bro,
happens.
that was
when
a
we go down
different
there.
time, man.
Nah,
Anytime you play anywhere at night, it's gonna be drastically different. You know that darkness activates people. You know,
It
playing
does.
under the lights activates
But
people.
sometimes it activates the away team. You know,
Nah,
sometimes it
man.
activates the away team. You know.
It's well, there's no darkness to be activated. So, and they're running 2 quarterbacks, correct?
Who?
Mississippi State. They had a black guy in, and they
I
also
think
had.
Shapen got hurt. That would be the only reason why they do that, because he's been playing well. Like he just threw for like
Well, I think
386.
the other guy was like a dual threat or something. I could be completely wrong, but
Yeah, he had 3 rushing touchdowns. The other QB.
Because I mean,
But Georgia,
87 yards. I guess he
run
got hurt
game,
because 10
bro.
for 15, 86 yards. Like, I had to have gotten hurt.
Hey, Georgia's run game is starting to come alive. They had what's his name? Frazier had 181 on 12 carries, 15 an average.
That's insane.
That'll do. And then I think the other running backs, they kind of had looks like 3 other backs got carries. You know, 2 of them averaged 4 and 5 yards, and then Gunnar Stockton added 31 on the ground, averaging 5 yards. So, it looks like they're starting to
Yeah, whatever, man.
form their identity.
Yeah, whatever,
and,
man.
Yeah,
whatever,
hey,
man.
Hey, man.
We're gonna see this week.
They're
Hey,
clicking
we're
at the
gonna
right
see
time.
this week.
Yeah, we will. We'll see. Massive game.
Man.
Yeah. Hey, you got to get something out, because what Kirby
Shiesty,
got.
man.
Kirby has Sark's number, bro. It is what it is. So we'll have to see if he can.
This way.
If he can.
Go down to Athens, Georgia, man.
We'll see, man. Y'all haven't played good on the road this year, so it's just we'll see.
I'm talking to Kirby personally.
We'll see, man. Y'all gotta show that y'all won obviously the close games on the road, but y'all haven't played good on the road.
Hey, man, it only takes one.
It does only take one.
All right, man. Enough of them. That was a blowout. It wasn't much. Yes, they played them better than we did, but that's for a different day. That's for a different day this week. Next, kind of already talked about A&M, Mizzou. It was kind of it wasn't really close from the start. It's just tough to win these games when you have a backup quarterback and it gets, front 7 like that, and for them to shut down your run game, which like helps you a lot. Because I'm pretty sure this is their 3rd loss, right?
Yes.
In the 2
They've
games,
lost to Vandy, Bama, and
Bama.
and
in the
A&M
2
now.
games that their running backs didn't perform as to what they usually do, they lost.
Yeah, they're pretty one-dimensional. Like rely on them.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
They got they had one big explosive run, but outside of that, like
First play of the game.
You had some chunks here and there, but come second half, the run just got bottled up, and you're trusting a backup quarterback to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I would have more confidence in Mizzou with Pribula in, but obviously he's hurt, and that wasn't the case. But good road win for A&M, something Oklahoma couldn't do, and
yeah, it's something Jackson Arnold lost. Yeah, for sure. He lost this again.
Is that right?
Yes, we literally had the lead.
Oh, okay. But next great game. This was great, and it pissed me off, but it was great. Oregon at Iowa. I mean, this was the type of game that you wanted to see Oregon play. Like this is you were seeing. Is this the year, or not even is this the year, but can Oregon play Big Ten football?
Mm-hmm.
Can Oregon dominate in the trenches? Can Oregon survive these Iowa games where they hold the ball, they play great defense, you're not going to score many points? Can Oregon do it? And the answer was yes.
And you know it's crazy? They win by 2 points, and Iowa gives us that safety at the beginning of the game, and that is the tail of the game right there.
Yep.
And you know something else too is if I were to read you the stats, Dante Moore, 112 passing yards,
Don't get me started,
1 interception, and then if you would hear that a team had more rushing yards than both teams had throwing the ball combined, you would think this is an Iowa game that they won. Hearing those stats and those statistics, but it was actually Oregon who did that. Oregon ran for 261 yards as a team, which is very impressive, especially the way we know Iowa likes to play, the type of football they like to play. And yes, it's a tough
for
game,
you to be able to run the ball against Iowa.
Yeah. And it's hard to play there, bro. The weather was bad. It was rainy. It's one of
cold.
those, it's like those games where it's like, dang, bro, like
you're trying to get out and survive.
And they were missing Sadiq. They're missing DeCorian Moore. I think they're missing a guard. So it's like they didn't even have their 2 most explosive pass catchers in this game. And
Dante Moore had a Heisman moment in this game.
The run, the long run?
The deep ball at the end of the game to put them in field goal range. That was a perfect throw. You could not have thrown the ball any better than that.
He looks real good. I know the stats
right
didn't
there
show it,
was
but
insane.
Yeah, he
you're down 1 point. And then you need to get in field goal range, and your coach is trusting you and not using the timeout, and you're in 30 seconds, and you just throw of the lifetime, and it's just on the money, completed, and you're in field goal range, and you won them the game right there.
I'm super excited to see his progression because he's always been one of my favorite prospects, and I know he's kind of been up and down a little bit this year, but I mean, he's really good. They were able to put something together, and it sucks for Iowa, kind of a fringe playoff team. They win this game, they shoot right in the mix, and they're kind of out now. But Iowa's always positioning themselves to be good. I just don't understand why they can't.
And the quarterback played decent, man.
Yeah, he was making some plays, man. Yeah. He made some 138.
Drove them down the field for their last drive and scored a touchdown.
Yeah, had a rushing touchdown, had a passing touchdown. So
that is the way that it ended was the most Iowa way you could ask for. You go down, you score a touchdown, you take the lead, and there's seconds left of the game. You're thinking, oh, Iowa won this because they all the defense is just going to stop them. You can't score on Iowa's defense, which they did. They only had 18 points this game. But, hey, Oregon found a way. They went down the field and drove one and won the game. So, shout out to them, man. It's the type of game that you want to see Oregon win. And it tells you kind of a lot about their team and who they are. And again, there's another coach that's a psychopath.
Yeah,
that's gonna get you ready to go to play in these games.
That boy.
They don't care if it's cold. They don't care if it's raining. They don't care if it's hurricane, tornado, whatever. They're gonna go on the field and they're gonna compete every single down.
Hey, did you see Dan Lanning wore cotton again? Dude, don't ever want to wear no rain jacket. He want to just wear cotton and.
Yes.
I'm like, bro, you're at Oregon. I know you got some drip. Put on a windbreaker or something, bro.
If he could, he'll go out there and suit up and play too.
That was impressive, and good stuff for them and keeping them in the mix. Because they needed that. Because I think Oregon's margins right now are razor thin because they don't what's Oregon's best win of the season? It was Penn State, but not anymore. It's probably Northwestern now, or Iowa now. Actually, this is their best win. So it's their margins are thin because Iowa might not even be ranked after this week. I think they should be because they lost by 2. I think they should still be ranked, but
because you got Minnesota, USC, and Washington. Yeah,
Minnesota's a sneaky, dangerous game. I know they're going to be at home, but it's on a Friday. Quick turnaround after traveling across the country. So that's one to keep an eye out for sure. But on to the next game. This is probably the best game of the night. Or maybe of the day outside the Penn State Indiana game. Vandy Auburn went to overtime. Was nuts, honestly. Cam Coleman had
that boy had
a crazy day. Crazy day,
nuclear.
He is so good.
I heard you're tampering. Is that true?
Listen, man.
For Cam Coleman specifically?
I can't say anything,
I thought you're director of fandom. What do you call yourself? Aren't you supposed
director of fandom.
Aren't you supposed to?
Listen,
Like,
Just
if you
know
can't
we're
say anything, is that telling?
just know. I just said just know we're in the market. We're in the market for something. I don't know who it is. I can't say specifically,
Gotcha.
but I just know that
Gotcha.
I just know we're just doing our homework. That's I seen that receiver of San Jose State. I was doing some scouting today. I sent you that text. I was like, hey, I need to go look at getting to him. Leading the country in yards.
I mean, y'all
I
like to
saw him
tamper,
early.
so it makes sense.
Well, I saw him early in the flesh when I went to the Texas San Jose State game. I was like, this dude's pretty good. I got that eye for talent. I saw him like week 2. I was like, this dude's pretty solid. Sure enough, leading the country in receiving yards. They just need to send me out to these games.
Right? Was it Nick Narsh?
Yeah. Yes. Nick Nash or whatever.
Nick Nash, yeah. Last year.
That dude was like 25 years old. This kid is young. He's a sophomore. He's got another year of college at least. Like, I'm sure he's going to get a bag somewhere. Like, absolutely. I hate to say this, but San Jose State, if you got a receiver that's that young leading the country in yards, I'm sorry, somebody's going to pay him a lot of money to go play for them.
They're already tampering like Oklahoma does.
Oh, for sure. Here you go.
But Cam Coleman, man. As soon as
this game was nuts, man.
I mean, we're also talking about Cam Coleman. Like, Eric Singleton didn't have a crazy game as well. 11 catches, 102 yards.
Well, like, it really begs the question is like, bro, every time a coach fires their or every time a team fires their head coach, the team always, I swear, the next week comes out.
I was telling Steve about this because he talked about an A&M. We're talking about A&M, and I said they haven't really played anybody, and everything's been in their favor. And he talked about LSU playing A&M, and then the way Bama played LSU. And I was like, well, it's different because I feel like when a coach gets fired, those players want to play for that interim coach. Like, that's who they want to play for. They get up to play that. And I, specifically with LSU, I feel like the players didn't really like or respect Brian Kelly. So it's a little bit different and harder for them to, go out there and play probably. But versus you typically, you like your assistant coaches a little bit more. I don't know, you have a better connection, I feel like, just because you're always with them and around them and talking to them.
And it depends on the head coach. Like, if a guy's like hands-on, kind of like Sark is with the offense, or like Brent is with the defense, or Kirby, like, there's definitely a connection.
Don't be missing no Kirby in this podcast.
Marcus Freeman, like, that's like a coach that's like, you probably love him as a player, right? But like, some of these other coaches, Hugh Freeze, kind of the way he's been doing things, whatnot. They're playing for the DC now, Doug Durkin, who got promoted to interim. Like, they looked a lot better. They came out swinging. And, I mean, this QB that's been playing since Jackson got benched, I mean, if they started this guy, the whole season, they might be in a lot better position as a team. Because it's not like they don't have
start wasn't that
he came
great.
in against Arkansas
halfway
through
the
game.
Next game he started, and it wasn't that
great. Who was that against?
Last game, wasn't it?
No, I think Kentucky. Kentucky, yeah. But it's like they have a ton of weapons.
12 for 28, 108 yards. 13 for 28, 108 yards and a pick. Not great.
Yeah, this game was Diego Pavia masterclass. I mean, when this dude gets rolling, he takes games over. Like, he literally does. And I know he took the fourth quarter over against Texas. They didn't win, but like, listen, they didn't win.
What
but
happened?
He still took the game over. He lost, bro. But you can't say he can't say he's not capable of taking games over.
He lost. That's all I know.
And I think
back-to-back years, by the way.
Yeah. But I mean, this dude had 377 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and he had 112 on the ground, 1 touchdown. Dude had damn near 500 total yards of offense. And if Vandy can win out somehow and be 10-2, a French playoff team, this guy has to be in New York. Like, there's no reason he should not be in New York with what he's doing for this program in the SEC, pitting up the numbers he is doing.
They got to go 10-2, right?
I mean, it's possible, but that game against Tennessee is going to be hard. Like, it's at night. It's going to be a rivalry game. I'm going to be going for Tennessee. Right? You're going to be going for Vandy for our optics, depending on what our seasons are looking like at that point in time. And, yeah, I mean, it's looking likely, but hey, Kentucky is starting to play some good football.
They have to make the playoffs 10-2, right?
I think they do if they go 10-2, but it just depends. Because if we go 10-2,
and we go 10-2,
y'all have the head-to-head with them, but we also have the win against Michigan that they don't have. And we would have beaten Alabama, who they didn't beat, like common opponent stuff. So
yeah, but they got 1, 2, 2 top 10 wins as of now, and 1, 2, 3, 3 top 25 wins, or 3 ranked wins, with the potential of 4 depending on how Tennessee does.
I mean, they should both. I mean, if that's the case, their resume, our resume, y'all's resume, all better than Notre Dame.
Just make it an all SEC playoff, you know.
Bro, I'm just this year. It's the best
Alabama,
conference. Like
A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas, Vandy, Oklahoma. That's 7.
that's what I said. It's possible that this is a scenario.
That's 7.
It
Put us in.
really is possible that this is a scenario. It's also possible that Texas could be maybe
7, and then Indiana, Ohio State. That's 9. We'll say Tech 10. I don't even know who was going to be the ACC. Virginia 11, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech maybe. 11.
And then a group of 5 team.
Bro, that's perfect.
That's what it should be.
Actually, no, we're lying. No group of 5 team. Oregon.
Yeah. So Oregon would have to lose. We need Oregon to lose USC.
No, I'm saying just, keep it like that.
That's what it should be, but that's not, what it's going to be. So, but yeah, man, Vandy, I mean, I'm just impressed with them because, you lose a tough game to Texas. You got a dangerous, like this game was, I definitely like, we didn't do chips and slips last week, but there was a portion of me that
we didn't do chips and slips.
Yeah, I would have picked Auburn maybe just because
you sent me who you picked, fool?
Who did I pick for this week?
Game, I think you went Vandy.
I'm pretty sure I went Vandy, but yeah. I think there was a portion of me that was like, I would have raised the alarms for this game just because of like the situation. Auburn still has a good team. They match up well. Like the way Vandy likes to play offense, they match up well with them. And Eli Stowers, man, I cannot wait to see what he does in the NFL. That dude is a very good tight end, man. He's super good. He's super consistent, tough, reliable. He had 12 for 122. That's his go-to guy. So I think he should win the Mackey Award. Hopefully he gets that because I do think he's the best tight end in the country. But
who? Eli Stowers?
Yeah,
he's cold.
I think he's the best tight end in the country.
From last year to this year.
Yeah, for sure. And he's still like relatively new to playing the position. He was a quarterback, So
you pick Vandy.
Vandy. Okay, so
you said Tech, Memphis, Indiana, Georgia, A&M, Iowa, Vandy, Florida State, Alabama, Notre Dame.
Well, I got Florida State wrong, and I got Iowa wrong, and Memphis.
Got the covers right, I guess.
Yeah, I got the covers right. Yeah, that's true. Did take Iowa to cover and pick them, so
yeah,
there's that.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch this game.
I didn't watch it either.
Florida State, Clemson. I don't know.
I saw Brent was on the sideline and everybody's giving him a mess. I'm like, bro, his kid literally plays on the team. He's a safety. Like, it's his senior night.
He's about to leave y'all for Clemson? He about to be the head coach there?
No.
That's crazy.
That's not crazy. Like that? That's not gonna happen. Nah, he's not gonna leave, bro. But he was on the sideline, and I don't know if you saw the clip of Brent's son, but bro, you close your eyes, they're the same person. Like when he was talking at the podium,
close my eyes, I won't be able to see him.
You gotta I'm saying like listen to it with your eyes closed. Like you would think that was Brent talking. Identical mannerisms, identical like whatever. He's gonna be a hell of a coach. I'm sure we need to get him on the GA staff as soon as possible after the season ends.
Clemson, Dabo getting fired.
Dabo's not getting fired.
He's leaving y'all.
Dabo won't get fired.
He's place he won a ring at. He's gonna win himself his own ring.
He won a ring at Oklahoma too.
Yeah, that's dusty though. This one's recent.
He got other ones outside of that, outside the Natties.
Dusty, bro. This one's not that long ago.
Hey, I don't know. Just since Brent has left Clemson, that they have regressed substantially, especially on defense. It's like I saw this chart. It was like Oklahoma's defense when Brent got there, and then Clemson's defense when he left, and like they go like that or whatever, and like OU's just went way up, and Clemson is like way down. It's actually crazy to see like. Because it's like, bro, it's still Clemson, right? Like, you would think that they would have not regressed that bad, but it's been pretty bad. And we also have Clemson's old DC from last year on our staff as a coach as well, Wes Goodwin. So,
I'm gonna skip over this game real quick, just because this other game isn't anything crazy. Fortunately, the Seamen couldn't do it, man. They couldn't help us out. Navy goes to South Bend and gets
Well, you
blown
skipped
out
over
the water.
Alabama. You
That-
don't think
you
anything
didn't hear what I
crazy
just
happened?
said?
What?
I said I'm gonna skip over this game real quick because this was like a take long.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Navy couldn't
Go
do
ahead,
it, man.
continue.
Navy couldn't help the boys out. Navy didn't respect the coin, man.
That shit was not even close,
It
bro.
was not close. It was not close. I mean, yeah. The number 2 running back wasn't even the second best running back on the game. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Williams, 5 carries, 72 yards. Anais Williams, 5 carries, 72 yards.
Yeah.
Man, what? This game wasn't close. It's I figured it would be closer just because I figured Navy would just be able to run the ball more, just like hold the
kill the game, control it.
What Kentucky did to us.
Yeah, shrink it.
I had hope, and my hope ran out very quickly. But Notre Dame wins again. Hopefully this week Pitt can take care of business, which, you'll hear us talk about this week's episode of 54 Yards. But yeah, Notre Dame wins again, man. Wasn't close. Can't stand them. Next. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. We gotta have a conversation.
Hey, a lot of the people, what LSU looks
have a conversation.
What LSU looks like right now, that's what people thought, that don't watch football, Oklahoma was going to be. So I had to get that off.
Not a chance.
Bro, they are 5-4. They have a good team. They have a good roster. But Nussmeier got benched in this game. And
that's the conversation we got to have.
Did you see that one sack where he could have stepped up in the pocket, but he
ran backwards? And when he could have stepped up and went left?
Bro, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if it's because he's been hurt all year or seeing ghosts, but his regression has been bad because, like, early in the season, he's putting good stuff on tape. He's, like, making good reads. He's being decisive with the football. But
he was a first-round quarterback last year. Early second.
Like, yeah, it's tough. Like, now he's probably going to go in, like, the 4th or 5th round.
Maybe.
And it's tough to see. Because, like, LSU's defense actually played pretty good. Like, they kept him in the game. Bauer Sharp, he fumbled. What's new?
Bro, he's not last, but he's number 10 in the passing leaders for the SEC.
Yeah.
He hasn't even broke 2,000 yet.
And he's played every game. He hasn't been hurt, so.
That's happened, man.
And they have receivers, they have good players. It's just tough to see, and I think really what happened is the offensive line took a step back. Losing Will Campbell and some other guys, and I think like the portal additions, like Bauer Sharp, like we tried to tell these LSU fans, like you guys didn't see him literally throw you a pass in Death Valley last year on a trick play for a pick, like literally gave you he's a turnover machine. Like the dude is talented as a pass catcher, but he's also a liability because he's gonna fumble. He can't block well, and he fumbled in this game. And the dude was like, they kept showing him on the camera, and I was like, and he was just so mad. I'm like, bro, like it is what it is. You fumbled. You got to get over it. You got to get out your head. But if I'm a coach and I'm seeing a player that distraught over a fumble that long, I'm like, I don't even know if we can pin him back in the game because he's a liability. He can't forget it. Can't move on from it.
The whole team's a liability.
And Nick Anderson, transfer from Oklahoma, got hurt. I sent Carlos a stat about the money he's made off his production, and hey,
let me get hurt, please.
Congrats to him. He's made a lot of money.
Let me get hurt.
Talk about somebody that had a crazy ceiling as a draft prospect. They were talking about last year. They were talking about Nick Anderson being a first-round wide receiver late in the first round. Doesn't play for OU at all last year. Transfers to LSU. Isn't even he's like a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 3 kind of guy over there.
Yeah.
And then like his production has not been. So it's like, what does he do? Does he stay another year at LSU? Does he enter the portal again? Because Oklahoma, you can come back on a discount. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't finna get LSU money back here. The production you had was 2 years ago. So
I mean, this game was not. Score's close-ish. But it wasn't competitive, man.
One thing I do want to talk about, though, is Alabama cannot run the ball efficiently. And I think as good as Ty Simpson is, and obviously he hasn't really had that all year, as they play steeper and steeper competition, with us next week. And, even if they make the playoffs or SEC championship game.
So you're saying y'all are going to beat them?
I'm not saying anything. But I'm just saying that is an issue. So
there's a chance?
Because I like the matchup. That's all I'm going to say. But they got to be able to run the football, and it's been an issue all season. And as you get, into these tougher matchups, into the playoffs, whatever, Ty Simpson's great, but I think he's going to get his. I'm not saying he's not going to get his. They got too good of receivers. They got too good of a quarterback. They got too good of an offensive play caller. But if you can't have any kind of complimentary football outside of that,
look at us last year.
Yeah. Because when y'all played good teams, it bit y'all. It's like if you can't do that, then you're not going to be able to.
You got to be able to balance the game.
So that I think that's something to look out for with Alabama, because they didn't even run it officially against LSU, and I think teams have been able to kind of run the ball in LSU this year. So, that's an issue. So
yeah, but Alabama wins yet again. I expect Alabama to continue to win this week as well. It should be a lock for the college football playoff as well, but also the SEC championship in Atlanta.
What? Why are you laughing?
Because you're smirking.
I'm just thinking.
I'm just trolling.
I'm just. Hey, we gonna see, bro.
We are gonna see. We are at Bama. No, y'all are home.
Against who?
Bama.
No, we're on the road again.
On the road again.
At 2:30. I wanted to play at night again. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, you play at night.
I already know who's at night, man. Big brother, come on, man, get out of here.
Big brother, please.
Big brother,
please.
Back to back.
That's fine. Let's go compare trophies, draft picks. Right. I think it's been 10 years since Texas had an all-pro and defense. I can't tell you the last all-pro from Texas.
Most recent.
Bijan ain't even an all-pro yet, man.
And we talking about now.
I know. I'm talking about now too.
Year.
We had all-pros last year.
This year.
And then these draft picks, I don't know. I mean, they got these guys going ghost right now in the NFL. I'm like, what? They ain't even doing no production.
Anyways, the game of the week. The game everybody was excited to see. The game that took College Game Day back in 17 years. The game that Cam loved watching, because I tell you what, man, y'all don't hear it enough on here, but that boy hates BYU with the burning passion. Y'all
overrated,
bro. Y'all
always
don't
overrated.
Even understand.
QB wear number 47. I before I talk about that, I need to make sure it's not like he's wearing it for a specific reason, which I'm sure.
His dad gave him 47. And then when he switched to quarterback, he didn't change his number.
Okay, so I can kind of roast it because it's not like unless his dad's not alive, which I hope that's not the case. But
I thought
regardless,
it was for Donald Trump. What?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Exactly. Like, look where he's playing.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised. But BYU, man. Donald. If they couldn't run the game, they couldn't run the ball, they were going to lose this game. That's what happened. And
did they run the ball, Cam?
They didn't run it well, not efficiently. And Tech, honestly, Gabe Eichert and Teddy, shout out to the Oklahoma Breakout podcast. They had a good comparison on this. They were like, they said Tech is kind of like inverse OU of the Lincoln Riley years. Like the defense is really, really, really good. And the offense is kind of average, kind of like the OU years. The defense was like, at times when we were playing good, it was average. And then the offense was really good. And obviously, like, Texas Tech's defense is still not Oklahoma's offense in those years at its best. But they were just kind of using that analogy. And I was like, they got a good point, because Tech's defense is elite. Like, we were saying it all year. Like, yeah, they're in the Big 12, but they match up well. They got a lot of NFL draft picks on that defense. Jacob Rodriguez, that dude forces turnovers every game. He's flying around the field, punching the ball out, getting picks, recovering stuff.
Turnovers, a pick, and 2 fumbles.
Yep. And their D-line is good, like suffocating the run. And that game should have been like 40 or 50 to not to 0, but I guess like to 7. Like Texas Tech was moving the ball at will, and then they get in the red zone and kick field goals.
Yep.
So it was, and I hope the committee looks at it as like BYU. Yeah, they were undefeated. They play a good, talented team for the first time all year, and the game wasn't even competitive. So I hope they take that into account when it's like ranking these teams tomorrow, and also looking at the Big 12 as well. So yeah,
I mean, they still got to play TCU, which TCU.
I think they could lose that game.
They could lose.
And
At
I think
Cincinnati,
that's going to be the massive game for both teams. Like, because Cincinnati still has a chance to make the playoff as well. They get in the Big 12 championship. So, it's similar to last year.
Florida, which isn't great, but these next 2 games for BYU are massive.
And similar to last year with BYU, they did the same thing. They got hot, and then they played Arizona State and someone else, and they lost. And this is kind of what we were going to say. Like,
I just don't see a 2-loss team getting in. 2-loss Big 12 team getting in.
The only way it would happen is if Tech loses in the Big 12 championship and it's close. I think they would still give. Tech
but I don't think they're gonna lose. I think if they play BYU again, they would beat them again.
I do too. I think it would be,
and I think they'll beat Cincinnati as well.
Yeah.
So I if BYU loses twice to Oklahoma, they're out. Obviously, I mean, we lost twice to Georgia, but it's a little bit different. I guess last year those were our 2 losses. So
yeah, exactly. And you guys had the win, or you guys you beat A&M. You like when you played good teams, it didn't. The competition is just different. And BYU, you get the benefit of the doubt in the SEC. You just do, because everyone's good. Yeah. So when you do lose,
and our game was very competitive again. The second go around.
Yeah, and it was a conference championship game. You can't really penalize a team, I think, in those type of situations, because it's an extra game, So
no, I mean, Tech took care of business. We both thought they were. It was cool for a game day to be there, just experience that crazy atmosphere that they have over there in Lubbock. I mean, students were sleeping in tents like on Tuesday morning just to have a spot at game day. So that just tells you what kind of fans they got over there. But yeah, I was excited. BYU lost. I'm tired of seeing them ranked high, because I mean they kind of don't play anybody, and then when they do play somebody, they typically lose. But I mean this was it was a good game to kick off the morning, and then you had your 2 good games, or 1 good game in the afternoon, and I guess a good game at night. I'm not too sure if you want to call the LSU Alabama game good, but
it was okay. Like I was, it wasn't what it usually is when those 2 teams line up. It wasn't the typical, games. But this weekend is loaded. I mean, massive games, massive implications on the playoff. Both our teams are going to be on the road, and hopefully we can take care of business so I can just watch y'all and just like enjoy the game.
I hope y'all lose, man.
No, you need us to keep winning, because it helps y'all look good.
He said hopefully we take care of business so you can watch us lose.
I didn't even say that. That didn't come out of my mouth. I said enjoy the game.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, you hear it differently, because I didn't say that.
That's what you want to say.
That's not what I want to say.
You want us to
That's
win?
not what I want to say. Nah, I just want to enjoy a good game, and then may the best team win. I want to make the best team win. May the best team win. May the best team win, bro.
Do you want us to win? You should want us to win.
May the best team win.
You should want us to win.
Actually, no, we're too attached right now, because y'all had the head-to-head. So
but like it just looks better for y'all if we keep winning.
Or y'all could just self-destruct and then just
shut up.
Lose the next couple, and it just be this is what it is. So
y'all are about to self-destruct this weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Or y'all going to like ESPN already knows Alabama's a 98% chance to win.
Yeah, ESPN metrics are wrong, because the updated model just came out and it has us predicted to win. SPI, the new updated SPI has us at 9. Alabama's at 11 on there. So all I'm gonna say, and then what the film's telling me,
it's 71.6% on the
last year we won with Jackson.
As of now, before we scored 54 yards and chips and slips, Alabama opened up at 7.5.
It's 6.5 now.
It's 6.5.
Y'all are 6.5 too.
We went up. They opened at 5.5.
Yeah. So hey, listen.
Let me go bet on Georgia. Hold on.
All the sharp people. They kind of had us against Tennessee. They had, and all the public, national media, the Joel Klatz who aren't watching the games, Um, hey,
Bro,
all I'm gonna
John
say
Mateer
is
finna throw 2 picks in this game.
nah. I think we're gonna see that Tennessee to the second half, John Mateer. So listen, bro, I like it. Xavier Robinson, good game. Last year was his breakout game against Alabama. So, and he's already back on track. So, we do what we do, man. Got to go get this dub. Go get this dub on the road, control our destiny, and got to finish at home because it's Missouri and LSU, but it's still tough teams.
Hey, y'all know how Eli get down, man.
Man, please.
Y'all know how Eli get down.
They should have lost
You
last
finna
year
walk
when
on that field with a hard hat.
They should have lost last year when we had a backup or when we were hurt. They got a backup QB. They're one-dimensional.
Did they win?
They won because Jackson Arnold didn't know what to do.
Yes or no? Did they win?
Yeah, they won.
Okay.
It is what it is.
All right.
But Eli Drinkwood's got his sights on Gainesville because he's going to Florida.
You think so?
I don't know. It's been talked about.
So it's flipping from Lane to.
We don't know where. I don't know who's going where, but
I don't know who's going where either because that means
Lane Kiffin might be going to the Giants.
The season's not even over.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you reunite with Jackson.
He's been an NFL coach,
so
yeah,
other jobs can still become open, like Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, we're not firing Brent.
Okay, if y'all lose to Alabama, Missouri, and LSU,
we still aren't. We're still not firing him.
Come on.
There's
Go
too much.
Clemson. You don't have to fire him. When Clemson's gonna open up, and he's gonna go.
And Clemson's not gonna outpay Oklahoma, so.
All right, man. All right, whatever you say, man.
He's not going to Clemson, bro.
All right. Before we hit this off, is there anything else that you would like to bring up or talk about, or anything?
We have a lot of. Let me see if any of the news points we should talk about now. Before.
I mean, the only one I want to bring up, but I'll bring it up on 54 yards. So I can rant a little bit. Is the Notre Dame one you sent me?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Yeah, just buyouts like Florida State. They lost, so we can. I'll bring this up because we didn't really talk about the game. Florida State, lost to Clemson. The Seminoles are 2-12 in ACC play since 2024, and Florida State would owe Mike Norvell over $58 million at the end of the season if they parted ways. Remaining games are against Virginia Tech, NC State, and Florida. All three of those are losable. And
you lost to Stanford. Any game's losable.
Yeah, and I look at it as like, I don't know what Florida State's doing because it's like, if you want to fire this coach, do it now. Or like, do you have enough faith to think that he'll turn it around next year? Because this was supposed to be the year that they kind of took last year as a wash. They brought in, Castellanos, a Deuce Robinson, Squirrel Wright coaches, all this stuff. You bring in Malzahn, they call the plays, and they look just as bad as last year. They're obviously a little better, and they beat Alabama. We were like, oh, Florida State might be good again, and then lose to Virginia, and ever since that loss, they just have fell off a cliff.
Yep.
So
and that went to overtime, right?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I think their issue is, I think they're just probably at a crossroads. Like they probably don't want to spend the money to fire him because then they got to go get somebody. But it's like, if you already kind of see the writing on the wall and we might fire him next year. I don't know. It's just like, how long can you wait on this? Because right now there is a ton of jobs opening, but I think even if Florida State fires Norvell, like Florida State becomes a top 5 job easily in this cycle. They're probably behind LSU, Penn State, and they're probably like tied with Penn State. They're probably behind LSU and Florida. They're probably like 3 or 4.
Oklahoma State better than Missouri?
Job?
Yeah.
No, not right now. I would say if Oklahoma State had Boone Pickens, I don't know what their like leadership looks like over there. So I would just give the nod to Missouri just because of the conference. But also, I like the Oklahoma State job just because it is the Big 12. Like, it's just easier.
And it's not a prestigious school, but like they've had history.
Yeah, and if you can get the right alignment, you can win there. You got Texas right by you. Obviously, competing with Oklahoma and State for talent. But, I mean, I just think, like, you got to look at it that way because there's certain places this is harder to win at, and that's SEC jobs. I mean, any job in the SEC, unless you're, like, the Blue Bloods, is hard to win in. And even at the Blue Bloods, like, we're seeing it's going to be a struggle from time to time. Like, Oklahoma, Texas, we might have some 8-4 years, 7-5. Or you're just elite. Kirby Smart,
or you just worship the devil.
Just elite. That boy Kirby, man.
Same.
Apparently, he texted Sarkeesian, man.
Boy playing mind games already, huh? He took a page out of Lane Kiffin's book.
And then you got Arch Manning says on text Ty Simpson. I'm like, man, look at these guys.
Bro, you know they do that regardless.
You got Arch Manning going to Houston or going to Spurs games and taking pictures of Kevin Durant and Wembanyama and you know, not focused.
You had it like that. You know what I'm saying? You would too.
Nah, I mean,
you would be at WinStar. Not WinStar.
Nah.
Wait, is it WinStar?
Yeah, it's WinStar.
Yeah. It's on your field already, so you might as well go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But, you know, our guys locked in, man, laser focused. You didn't see us at no Thunder games, man. You just saw us in just grinding in lunch pail. Because that's the kind of program we are.
If y'all lose, then it was all for nothing.
Hey, if we lose, we lose. But, hey, like I said, at the beginning of the year, 9-3, 10-2 is where I had us, and it's all in play. And I look like I know what I'm talking about because I do. So,
I hope y'all lose one game, like two more games.
This guy
8-4.
Nah. Gotta be 9-3.
I hope it's the Eli too. I hope y'all lose this week and y'all lose to Eli. That'll be the best.
Nah, Missouri might get beat by 20.
That would be the best. Y'all lose by Eli. Pribula comes back, has a master class. Oh my God.
Even if they had him, I wasn't really concerned about that game. But
right, man.
You know, it is what it is, man. You know, we got a big weekend. It's gonna be loaded. Hopefully
I've come to terms with this weekend. I'm looking to next week and the week after. Must wins.
Must wins. Oh yeah, it is.
The week after. Arkansas is a must win. A&M is a for sure must win. Not even for college football playoff hopes. In general, it's a must win. So.
I'm excited. This should be a good weekend.
Yes, sir.
Should be a massive weekend.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, that'll do it for me up in it, boys, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for holding it down. Thank y'all for sticking with us to week 12, man. Oh, week 12's here. Unfortunate. Before we hit this off, you got anything? One last time? Speak now for everyone's peace.
Nah, man. Just season is the last thing. Even though the season feels like it's almost over, Josh Pate was like,
it's halfway. It's championship.
We're halfway done. 70 days till the Natty. We've only played 70-something days of football. So I'm like, damn, long season. Because the playoffs last year, like it was long, like because it's so many games now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Hopefully we're in the mix, man. We haven't been in the playoffs since 2019.
We ain't been in the playoffs since 20.
It's been a while. Look at these Texas fans. They make the playoffs a couple of years. They don't know how to act, man. They made it twice. They don't know how to act, bro. You know, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to act, man. You would think they would be on that college football appearances sheet. They're not even on the sheet for being ranked in that poll.
What'd Dev say?
I don't know.
We ain't even on the sheet. We got more wins than y'all.
Yeah, they don't count, man. Semifinals
are not. Hey, I'm just saying if it's the other way around, they would count.
OU's playoff teams.
The other way around.
OU's playoff teams that were in there would have beat not only the teams that y'all played, but the Texas teams as well. So that's all I'm gonna say.
You don't know that because it's just.
I do know that.
Theoretically speaking.
I do know that. Look who we had to play.
That's just all theoretical.
Okay.
What do you mean? Look who you had to play. Y'all choked against Georgia. Y'all should have won that game.
We played Deshaun Watson and the Clemson at their very best. Then we played Georgia, who we should have won, but they were still elite. And then we
quarterback?
That Georgia team was probably better than the Georgia teams that y'all lost to twice last year.
Who was the quarterback?
I don't think it was Stetson. I think it was Eason.
Eason?
Yeah. And then we
Did
lost.
They win? That's the question.
They lost in the Natty on that freaking last play of the game.
They lost in the Natty because that's all because Stetson's the only one who got a Natty.
No, they lost in the Natty, the last play of the game that passed to Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And then then the Alabama team that had all those receivers too.
Y'all just choked that. The first half, I don't know what y'all were doing.
Yeah, then we came back, but it was too late. And then against LSU, nobody's beating LSU, so it is what it is.
We played them the best.
Yeah, it was week 1 or week 2. It didn't matter.
It was not week 1 or week 2.
Yeah, it was. Y'all played them early in the year.
4.
No, it was like week 1 or 2.
We still played them the best, just like we played Ohio State the best. Get out of here, man. That'll do it for boys.
And y'all lost to us that year, so it didn't matter.
Catch y'all guys next time. As always. Welcome.
Boomer.